When Ashton Kutcher replaced Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men, the writers did something genius. They didn't just find a new actor. They created the perfect anti-Charlie. Think about it. Charlie Harper was a drunk, a womanizer, a predator who saw women as nothing more than conquests. Then along comes Walden Schmidt. He is the polar opposite. Walden is a billionaire tech genius. He's handsome, well-endowed, sober, and an environmentalist. But the most important difference? He is a one-woman man. He was with Bridget, his high school sweetheart, for 15 years. On paper, Walden Schmidt is the dream husband. So why, in his very first scene, do we find him soaking wet on a stranger's deck, having just tried to drown himself in the ocean? He did it just to get his wife's attention. Why? Because being a nice guy with $1 billion means nothing if you're still a child on the inside. There's a scene between Walden and Alan Harper that explains everything. Alan, who's also divorced, immediately projects his own baggage onto Walden. He asks, "Why did she leave you? Did you cheat her? Was the sex bad?" And Walden replies, "No, I didn't cheat her. The sex was great. She said I was emotionally immature." And then, in the very next breath, Walden proves her point. Alan asks about the ocean incident, and Walden says, "That's not immature, that's romantic." Alan, for once, sees things clearly and calls it out. No, that's emotional bribery. And this, right here, is the trap so many men fall into. We confuse these grand, desperate gestures with romance, when really, they're just manipulation. Threatening to harm yourself, begging, pleading, that isn't love. It's a hostage situation. Walden keeps saying, "She was the love of my life." We were together for 15 years. When I first watched this episode, it hit me hard. My own marriage lasted 17 years. Just like Walden, I never cheated. I wasn't a Charlie. I was a dedicated husband, a provider, a good guy. But also like Walden, I didn't realize that being dedicated can sometimes just be a cover for being dependent. I thought my loyalty and my sacrifices were the currency of love, but I was wrong. I was offering devotion when what my partner needed was a true partner. Now, look at Alan's reaction in that same scene. When Walden asks why his wife left him, Alan just scoffs. Not a clue. She's a crazy B word, and you can fill in the blank. See the difference? Alan blames his ex entirely. Walden blames himself, but frames himself as a helpless victim. Neither of them is taking true ownership. Neither of them is acting like a man who understands his own role in his relationship's failure. They are both reacting, not responding. Then, the show gives us a masterclass on what not to do when you get back out there. Alan pushes Walden to start dating again. He meets a woman named Kelly at a bar. She's clearly interested. She's smiling. She's engaging. And what's the first thing Walden does? He trauma dumps all over her. "My wife just left me. I want to die. I love her so much." And what does Kelly say? "You poor baby." Stop right there. In my video, The Phoenix Strategy, I talked about this. You do not bring your relationship resume to a first date. Walden takes what could have been a fun, flirty interaction and turns it into a therapy session. Now, sure, Kelly pities him because this is a sitcom. He's a handsome billionaire, and the script says so. But what happens in the real world? This kind of behavior repels high-value, emotionally healthy women. When you lead with your pain and seek pity, you will attract a mother, not a partner. You'll find someone who wants to fix you, not someone who wants to build with you as an equal. The character of Walden Schmidt is a brilliant cautionary tale. He proves that you can have it all: the looks, the money, the good heart, and still fail catastrophically at love and marriage. His wife, Bridget, didn't want his money. She told him exactly what the problem was. In a later scene, she says, "I'm tired of being more a mother than a wife." That's it. That's the whole story. She didn't want a dependent child she had to take care of. She wanted an equal partner to share her life with. So if you're a man coming out of a long-term relationship or marriage, learn from this. Don't be an Alan, bitter, resentful, and blaming everyone else. And please, don't be a Waldona, helpless, overgrown child looking for a new mom. Be the man who sees the collapse not as an end, but as a foundation to rebuild upon. Acknowledge your pain, but don't let it define you. Understand your role in what went wrong without drowning in self-pity. Stop using being nice as a transactional currency to to buy affection and avoid conflict. Instead, focus on becoming an entire person on your own. A man who is emotionally self-reliant, who has his own purpose, his own passions, and his own strength. When you are a whole person, you don't need someone else to complete you. Instead, you can offer true partnership. You can give love freely, without expectation or emotional bribery, because your own cup is already full. That is the man she wanted. That is the man you can become. If this analysis gave you a new perspective, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching. Peace.